on the Clippers. The Clippers, sent him home at what 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, something like that. Wild.
Yeah, him
Yeah,
and Ty
yeah.
Lue had their disagreements, whatever the case may be. I got a little clip here from Ty Lue talking about the scenario situation. Let's check this joint out.
What your side of things were. Ty, we haven't gotten your reaction to Chris Paul and what your side of things were with Chris.
Don't have a side. I don't like it. It just didn't work out like we thought it would. And like I said, I don't like it for CP. But it just wasn't a good fit. And we understood that. And so, like I said, it was an organization. They made the choice. And so moving forward, we got to see what we do. So we'll see.
Back to Chris for a second. You said it was an organizational decision. Were you part of that decision? Do you agree with the decision? And do you think this will help your team moving forward?
I don't think it necessarily helped our team. I mean, I don't think the reason why we're 5-16 because of CP's play. I just think that it wasn't a good fit for what he was looking for, and it is what it is.
So Ty Lue says it wasn't a fit. The way they let him go, I'm trying to remember the president's name. He keeps getting brought up, but I can care less about him. It's more about the situation. They could have told him to stay home. They could have just understood the player that they had because, yes, if your talent beats out your problems, they'll tolerate you until it doesn't, right? And for CP, his talent is not outweighing his problems. His flaws. We all got flaws, right? He's a strong leader. He's a winner. At the end of the day, I think every team he's been on has made the playoffs. They've not really missed the playoffs unless he's been injured. Excuse me. So the disrespect in the way that they handled it, they could have had him sit at home and just kept him on the roster. And just told him, listen, man, you just gonna chill, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's his last year.
Um, for me, I think okay. Obviously, Chris Paul is a winner. Chris Paul is obviously we know his fight for basketball is furious. He just takes the game at another level.
Yeah.
Um, and I think when it comes to coaching, Chris Paul was just like that. Chris Paul has always been a coach.
Yeah. Well, that's why
Chris
they call him the
Paul,
point guard, right?
yeah, yeah,
Because,
he's
you know what I
always
mean? He's
Chris
a coach
Paul's.
on the court for the coach on the bench.
Absolutely, he's you see if you see him his entire career, he's always been doing that. He's
Yeah.
always been coaching people, and I think he just brought something that's different because from what I've known, it's not just Ty Lue that had a problem. He wasn't seen eye to eye with Jeff Van Gundy too, also,
And James Harden.
and
I
James
don't
Harden.
I don't know about Kawhi, but remember Chris and
I think
James already tried this.
so.
And
And
it
here's
didn't work the way they wanted it to, right?
yeah. So there's a story behind this too. Also, it's that Chris Paul was having a Halloween party, and only four Clippers players showed up to the party. I think it was Zubac, Collison, and who else? I think it was Beal. I can't remember
Jeez.
the other one. Yeah,
Shit.
so it's it only four of them showed up, so it looks like it's very deep. But also to your point, King, this guy has done so much for your organization, so
They were a
much,
joke.
so much,
And now they're a joke again.
so much. The reason why you probably haven't made it to the finals a lot of years because Steph Curry and the Warriors,
I'm talking
right?
about I'm talking about before that. I'm talking about like
No,
right
but I'm
after.
talking. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but I'm talking about the legacy that Chris Paul has with the Clippers and all
No, I
those winning
understand that.
years.
I'm not even arguing that. What I'm trying to explain to you is like the impact that he made on the Clippers in general.
Yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they had Darius Miles and Lamar Odom and them and Richardson, all that when they were young, like rookies. Okay, cool. They didn't really do too much. You know what I mean?
They're
They
just
didn't
fun.
start
They were
having some
fun.
form of. Pardon me.
They were fun at that time. There wasn't fun and winning it also
Ah,
that Chris Paul
that the
brought.
other
Yeah,
element was missing. You
yeah,
see what I'm
yeah.
saying? They get the other element, and this is like, it's one thing if Chris Paul wasn't known for being a floor general.
Hmm.
It's one thing if he was a diva, but the man backs up what he, you know what I mean? He says
Yeah,
something, that's what he's doing.
yeah,
Yes, plagued by injuries, we know that, and bad circumstances.
yeah.
You feel what
I
I'm saying? He was supposed to be a Laker. That's Kobe's
uh
sixth ring right there. That's his sixth ring.
six or
Not
seven
that's
or
his.
eight, six,
That's
seven
his.
or
I'm
eight.
just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest. That's his sixth ring. Easily 1 year they get the ring.
yeah. But like 1
He
year,
went to
and that was
OKC. This is what I don't
that was
understand. Like he went to OKC. You seen the culture he left there, right? He left.
hmm
That culture stayed there. You know what happened with that
hmm
culture? Championship.
yeah,
So yes, Chris Paul wasn't there for the championship, but the foundation that he built through Shea made him understand the game better. You know what I mean? He's always been that. So and
look
the
look at
Clippers,
this.
they're sorry. There's something else. Like at the end of the day, Kawhi's career is smoking mirrors. I'll
Yeah,
I'll figure a way to
the
talk
ma-
about that. We'll figure out something, but
yeah,
smoking
the
mirrors.
matter of the fact is Kawhi should have stayed in Toronto. He probably would have had another championship, but Kawhi, I get it. It was probably a personal move to move back home for family wise. I get it.
It's not even
Never
that.
knocked it.
It's not even
Yeah,
like.
but
But okay, we'll go with that one for now. We'll cook something up, man. Trust me. Like
yeah.
if you just look at his career, I'm not saying he didn't do it himself,
Hmm.
right? I'm just saying if you look at the help that he's had, the people and cultures that he was in, where he didn't have to do certain things that he's asked to do right now, you can
Hmm.
see where it's like he was never this, he was that.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just alluding. If y'all know what I'm saying, y'all know what I'm saying when I'm saying that. You feel me? Like, look at the Clippers. B. Paul George is the one that took them to the conference finals, not Kawhi. Let's not get this twisted, bro. And you know how I be dunking on playoff P. You know how I be dunking on him. Tell me I'm lying. I then. You see what I'm saying? So sorry, we veered off of CP and went through the whole Clippers lineup. But I'm sorry, this have to show context and detail. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I ain't got nothing to argue what you're saying. Also, we're forgetting that Chris Paul went and he took almost won a championship. Probably should have won a championship with the Phoenix Suns. You know,
But
so
this is all I'm saying. Look, fam, you know that
exactly.
happened. No, hold on, Da Vinci. You know that practically happened after he left OKC, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And then you see OKC growing.
yeah,
He ends up going, and then boom. So
yeah,
imagine if he just said, "I'll take a little less," but he didn't want to be in OKC. Shay's the guy. And you
yeah.
know what? I'll even say it like this. I was watching an interview by Cam the other day with Jamel Hill, and she asked him if he would ever be a starter, and he said, "Yo, I'm not starting if he'd ever play in the NFL." And he's like, "I would if I had an opportunity to compete for the starter job. I just can't be a backup." And I think that is almost the biggest problem with any superstar, right? You remember Carmelo regulated to the bench, but I don't think that was the case with Paul.
Chris, no, no,
Do you know what
no,
I
he
mean?
wasn't.
This is last
I think
year. He probably just wanted to come in and help. And he see, bro,
he was. I think Chris Paul was happy with his role.
no,
I
I'm not
just think
saying he
they
wasn't.
couldn't.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah,
like, there's no defense that they have other than
yeah,
Chris Paul's holding them accountable for them to do what they did to him.
yeah. Listen. I
You know what I'm
heard Chris
saying?
Paul. I heard Chris Paul was winning with the second unit for the Clippers too. You know, he
Busting
was
their
whooping the
ass. Belt
starters.
to
Yeah.
ass.
So
Belt to
yeah.
ass.
So listen, man. The matter of fact is, you know the crazy thing is, bro. I think
What?
Chris Paul is such a tough. If he was to ever become a coach,
Yeah.
it wouldn't happen in the NBA. It would have to be high school or college.
Mm.
Now, that's me saying like the NBA is just too soft. They couldn't handle somebody that tough.
It's possible, man. It's
They
possible.
just couldn't.
Mm.
They just couldn't.
Oh,
Because you can't really say much to these NBA superstars now.
no.
They're gonna get their feelings hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, they want the big bag, they want the big money, but they can't take criticism on your shitty play.
Yeah. For sure. For sure, man. It's just sad that he went out that way. You know, he was supposed to retire a Clipper. I want to see what's going on. In other news,
Okay,
not to
wait,
overshadow
wait.
it, because I didn't want to overshadow it and I didn't want to downplay it. Hey, Kevin Garnett, I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy. It's about time Minnesota did what they do right now. You know what I mean? You didn't see the news?
No,
He's
I'm
back
late.
with the Minnesota. They going to retire his jersey.
What? I thought that was done already, bro.
I
When he
just
went
see.
back there.
I just
When he
see.
went back there.
Well, I was just reading articles. Like I just read articles, random articles all the time.
I know he finished his career there. He went back to finish his
No, I'm
career.
talking about like his jerseys that getting retired, like the honor, like he's back with them. Since the ownership group that left,
Yeah.
he's reunited with the franchise altogether.
That's you see, this is my thing is, and sorry. First of all, I want to jump into this a little bit, but let me finish the Chris Paul thing. Chris Paul, where do you think he should finish his career now?
I don't know, man.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
if we're gonna talk about it, it's where was his second most dominant career run? That would have to be the Pelicans, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
why would I want to go back to that? Like,
No,
dysfunctional it is.
it's not. Yeah, it's
He just
dysfunctional,
came from
but it's
something
not.
dysfunctional and tried to
But
help it.
it's about him where he finished his career,
Yeah, he
where
needs
he
to get a ring, so he needs to go to the goddamn Lakers and post up. If not, the Lakers find a way back to OKC and post up.
yeah. I think that's where
If
he should
not, then
go.
find a way to get to Denver and post up. Better yet, go to the East. You know what? You know who could use him? Detroit. Even though Detroit doing the thing, he's somebody they
They're
can just pick
young,
up off the street,
and Detroit's not soft. They got Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff is a tough nosed coach,
right?
and those guys down there, Detroit, they're tough players too. So
You know who else
yeah,
could use one? Ant-Man. Him and
yeah.
Conley
He
splitting. That
oh
that
he.
gives them both more than enough minutes. He gets two different styles of play to work off of. You know what I'm saying?
I think wherever Chris Paul goes now, it's more of leadership. It's more of learning the game from him. I think that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, which means,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, yes, Detroit would be the most viable option, but
yeah,
I still say Minnesota's a close second, easy,
yeah, yeah.
because Ant-Man's ready to go right now. Like this is a chance for him to possibly get to another finals or a semifinals. You just have a good year, you know what I mean, before he's done.
Yeah.
Championship
Yeah.
would be with Detroit because them dogs, and you only got to put them on for 20 minutes a game, if that, maybe 25.
Yeah.
Kincaid to start cooking, bro.
That's my boy. That's my
The easy
boy.
shots you be able to get him. Oh
That's
my
my
goodness.
boy.
Yes,
That's
Chris,
my
your jumper's a
boy.
little
Yeah.
off right now. You're older.
I call Cunningham a bully point guard because man, when he gets these little point guards, he takes them down the block and he punished them.
But see, put him in shooting guard. Put Chris at point,
Yeah, yeah. But
and you still
yeah,
got a
back
lot of
to
dogs on defense. And think about
oh
it, Chris
yeah,
gonna start getting everybody the ball. Everybody
yeah,
gonna have at least 10 points per game. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Minimum. You feed
yeah.
everybody. So it is what it is. But yeah.
Yeah, the Kevin Garnett thing. Listen, man, I have a thing with that. I think certain players' jerseys should retire. I think even right after they finish their season, because of the body of work they have done for a team and how they have put a team on the map. I don't
Mhm.
think certain players should wait years and years, almost 10 years in a decade for the jersey to be retired. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's highly disrespectful that Penny Hardaway jersey has not gotten retired. And I don't know how you're going to do that, but you're going to have to put half and half T Mac and McGray and Penny Hardaway. You're going to have to put two jerseys, one and one. because I don't know how that's gonna work. But his jersey needs to be retired. There's so many other players. It doesn't make no sense.
And it's the game that they want to play, man. It's the game that they want to play, fam.
Disrespectful. That's what it is, man.
You know what I mean?